Thank you for joining me for another Mastercam video. If you like these videos, please subscribe to the channel and turn your notifications on, and you'll be notified each time a new video is released. Let's take a look at customizing your Mastercam interface. If you go to the Files tab, you can go into Options, and under the Options tab here, you have a number of themes. The white theme here is pretty much what the standard issue is. Some people find it a little hard on the eyes, and they prefer this dark gray. So we'll select that. And it's a little softer for some people's eyes, and I like the way the tabs work a little bit better myself. You can also change your accent colors. Right now the accent color's blue. We're going to go to something a little bit more, let's say it'll stand out a little bit better. We'll go in the red. Now when we accent something, now that we modified the theme, I'd like to do a few things that I personally like. These buttons on the bottom here, there's nothing wrong with them being there. I would just prefer to have them on the top. So if I go to the File Options, and the Options tab, you see a little radial button here that says Top. I'm going to select that. And you notice right now, these have not changed. The reason for this, there's certain functions or configurations that are only read on the way into Mastercam. In order for this to change, I need to exit Mastercam and come back in again. So we'll exit the Mastercam and start it up again. For convenience, I'd like to add a few options to the context menu here. So to do that, we need to go back to our File tab. Under Options, there's a tab for Context Menu. This shows all the different functions that are currently on there. I want to go into Analyze. I add Analyze Dynamic. And I'll just hit the Add button here, and you'll see it's added it to the bottom of the menu. Now I'll say OK. And I right click, and I have Analyze Dynamic. I want to put Divide down in this menu as well. And we look down the menu here, we have Divide. So I highlight Divide, I hit Add, I say OK. And we go back and I right click here, here's Divide. I recommend that you keep it simple and keep the commands you use most on here. They will be easier to find. Now we're going to create a new tab on the menu. Right now you'll see I've created one here. I'm going to show you how we got there. I used the right click at this time up in this bar here and said Customize Quick Access Toolbar. From there we can go to customizing the ribbon. Right now I have one, so I'm going to reset it so you can see how to reset. And I'm going to add a new one by saying New Tab. Right now it's not in the right position, so I'm going to arrow down one here, get it in the right position. Now that we have this new tab, we need to populate it with commands. Right now you'd highlight this new group here, and you select what commands you'd like to do in there. In this case here, I'm going to turn on all commands so I can get to all commands. And I'm going to select a few different commands from the menu. Right now I'm scrolling down to break, and I'm going to break 2 pieces. And I'm going to add it to my command bar. Next I'm going to scroll down a bit to the divide command, and I'll add that to the menu. And now we'll go down and we'll pick trim to entities and add that. And that should be good enough for this example. So now I'm going to say OK. Now if we go to our new tab here, I have break into two pieces, divide, trim. Maybe I'd like them in a different order. I actually prefer divide to be first. So just straighten that out. I go back to File Options. And I go back to the Customize Ribbon. Go back to my new group. And I'll push that up. And say OK. Now I have divide where I want it. Break into entities, trim. And you got the pull down here and the trim. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rename this tab. And I'm going to go back to File. And we can take this tab here and say, rename that. And we'll just say something simple like Curve Tools. And we say OK. We have an update here. It says Curve Tools. You can go crazy here if you'd like. You can put as many as will fit anyway. I suggest you just do as many as you need or you use most commonly.